Welcome to the Simple Homeowner channel. Today we're going to review a pressure washer that I found at Home Depot, and I can't find it anywhere on their webpage or anything. I did a lot of reviews, research, and I was looking for one in particular, the Mega Shot, and I think this might be the Mega Shot. It didn't say it was a Mega Shot. It just said it was a 2800 PSI, 2.3 GPM, but who knows? So anyway, this is the box that it came in, and it shows it's an MS61103. I haven't found a lot of reviews on anywhere for this particular machine. I saw one that a fella did from Sam's Club, and I think it's probably the same. It has the same PSI, the same rating for the gallons per minute. So we're going to take a look at it and see what it does and see how it works. There's I put it together. It was very simple to put together. It only took a few minutes to do. They ship it without oil, and this is the oil that comes in it. It's a let me get around here so you can see it better. It's 10W30, and it filled. I used the whole thing. It filled up just the way it was supposed to do. So over here is where you put it in and fill it up. Now this, I read in the manual to check it to make sure it's full. How you're supposed to check this particular one is this has a quarter turn where you put it in, you turn it, and it locks it in. It's not the screw cap. So they're saying to check this, you need to put the oil in, fill it, lock the cap, pull it back out, and then check it. According to the manual, if you happen to have the screw cap one, you don't put it all the way, you don't screw it on. You just unscrew it, pull it out, put it back in, just let it set there, pull it back out, and test it. So this model, it's a Simpson, like I mentioned, but this model actually has the Kohler XT series engine on it. It's a 675 XT, I believe. So it's got a pretty good motor, 149 cc's. So it looks like it's gonna, it comes with, according to the box here, it comes with a 2-year engine warranty, a 1-year pump warranty, and a 5-year frame warranty. So if you're into warranties, that's pretty good. It's not too bad. So this is the handle that comes with it. It's just really, it's no frills. It's not anything exciting. Has the lockout. So whatever, some kind of safety thing. I'm sure some attorneys made sure that was on there. So we have that. It also comes with a 25-foot hose. It's kind of a cheap rubber. Supposedly it's a Nomar hose, and you can Velcro it in. It's got like a little holder there for that, so that makes it kind of handy. Comes with nozzles, as you can see, the 0, 15, and 40 degree, as well as the soap. The soap, there's no tank on this, so it's going to be interesting on how I'm going to be able to get any kind of cleaner. So I guess you'll, I mean, the machine already, it mixes it, and I don't know if it's, I forget what it told me in the instructions what it was. So anyway, the filter just fell off, but they include this hose with it. This is the siphon hose. And all it does, it just goes right onto here, down like that on the barbs. And then you can put this in your mixture. To start it, it looks pretty simple. You have an on-off switch. The one, the I, or whatever this is considered is the, that's where it's the start button. Let's see if I can get my camera to work right here. There we go. This is on, this is off. It also gives you some instructions here on how to turn it on and off. So this is the choke. So all the way over is full choke. Once you get it, you crank it, you pull it back a little bit, and then when it's ready to go, do that. And I'll show that when we go to start it up. I'm just trying to show you some of the features, because once I get it started, it gets pretty loud and it's kind of hard to hear what's going on. They're touting that this fuel cap, there's no fuel in it yet, that this fuel cap has a wider mouth, and they even did a big advertisement on it. It says it's 45% larger opening, and it's got an angled fuel neck and all that stuff. So it comes out a little bit. So yeah, maybe it's a little easier, who knows. The tank is through here. I don't know how big the tank is. I doubt it's even a gallon, but we'll, if I can figure that out, I'll let you know more about that. But again, it's pretty simple, not much to it. And I'm not looking to, this is just strictly homeowner version, just something that I'm going to do here at the house with things. So this will also, I guess if I should get it the way it's supposed to. I don't even know. That's kind of bizarre how that works. I just wanted to make sure understand that this is just, it's not a how-to pressure wash, it's just a review of the pressure washer that I bought, the 2800 PSI. So as my techniques are probably horrible, I'm just a simple homeowner just trying to get some things done. Okay, so we're going to try it first without any kind of soap and see if it'll take it off. I have the white tip on right now, and we'll see how it goes. Definitely going to need some kind of cleaner because that's not coming off. Wasn't real happy. This post I wasn't real happy with the way it was cleaning, but now that it's drying, it looks much better than I thought. So that's good. The steps, put more product on them because of this red clay that we have. Oh boy, that stains everything. So I've got it on there, and hopefully we'll show you when that's done how it looks. Hopefully it's cleaned up good. It's been on there about 3 minutes now, the extra spray that I put on. So we'll go up a little bit of an incline here, so I have it, the washer resting up against my post here, but it started up pretty good once I turned it on correctly. They have the line and the 0. I never really knew what that was. Thank goodness that had it on there, but this means it's on. This is off. Choke, it's full on now. So all I gotta do is start it back up and finish up. And the deck is new, so it doesn't need a lot of cleaning. We're getting ready to put a concrete walkway here, so I'll probably have to do it again. I just wanted to get off what I could at this point. Did notice was one of the problems I've had with this thing is I had it leaning up against this post here, so it's a pretty good grade. I didn't have the tank filled all the way up, the gas tank, so it cut off once. So I didn't think there was much to it. I put gas back in it, started it fine, ran, did about half the stairs, then it cut off again. Again, I didn't fill the gas tank all the way up just because it was at an angle. It looked like it was full, but clearly it wasn't. So then I moved it, it cut off again. So I moved it up here, and now I can't get it started. So I've probably flooded it is what I've done. So I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit, try it again, top it off with fuel. It really should run because it's got at least a half a tank of fuel in it. But it's just so hot out that it's hard to mess with. But so far, the pressure, I definitely can tell the difference. It's a lower pressure. So if it wasn't for the price, I probably would have got a higher one. But with the chemicals that I was able to spray on the deck, it made up for the pressure difference actually. So just brute strength, it wasn't able to do what I needed it to do, but adding the, let's see if I have the bottle here. It's from Walmart. It's the liquid chlorine that I was using. It's this stuff here. And it worked good. I just put it in one of those weed sprayers and sprayed on there, and it did good. So that's one of the negatives I've had so far. And again, it could just be operator error, not knowing how to use this thing, but I'll give it a good run through and see how it goes. So I wanted to show you after a couple hours of drying in the sun how everything looks here. It actually did a fairly good job. I was kind of surprised how it turned out. Again, I used some products to help. And so I just want to show you what we got going on here. And okay, so here was the post that was the dirtiest out of all of them. I was kind of concerned about it, but wow, it cleaned up really good. I was not really sure that that was going to happen. So with the lower PSI, lower gallons per minute on this pressure washer, using the solution, I think really made the difference on that. And you don't want to get too close so you burn up the fibers on the wood. So I used the white tip on it, and it did good. It did really good. So that I was fairly impressed with on the machine. I do have to tell you though, the machine, I don't know, I'm having some issues starting it. And here's the steps. I'll go over the machine here in a second. Trying to stay out of the mud the best we can, but it looks good. I'm happy with it. I even did the 6x6 posts too, just cleaned those up a little bit. So I'll need to seal it here in a little bit, a month or so, and we'll be good on that. So back to the machine itself. The jury's still out on this, and it very well could be me, the operator error on this thing, but I mean, it's an engine, and you should be able to start it. So when it was hot, I had it at an extreme angle here, and maybe I can show you from up here a little bit better. But as you see down here, I had it leaned up against a post. You know, it's a little bit of an angle. So I didn't fill the tank all the way up because I didn't want all the gas in it, because I didn't know how much more I was going to be able to do. So the gas that I used, it could be in question. It's a smaller gas can that I use for my push mower, but it was running. The pressure washer was running, and then I turned it off. Well, actually it ran out, I think because it was on the incline and it wasn't getting, it was just too inclined. So I pulled it up, leveled it out a little bit, turned off again. I tried to start it back up. One time it started up great and ran for a little while, and then I moved my operation up to the driveway where I was doing, you can see that from here, you can see the asphalt where I was trying to clean that a little bit. And then so I went to start it back up and it wouldn't start. So I choked it at first, thinking maybe that's what I needed to do was to choke it, and I did that, and it didn't want to start. So then I turned the choke off, didn't work. So I was having issues trying to get the thing started. So now that's a little bit in question. So I'm trying to determine if it's operator error, gas issue, because it's not brand new fuel, but it hasn't, you know, I don't know how long I've had it, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. So I'm gonna give it another chance. So the next thing, the jury's still out on this machine. It is, you know, fairly inexpensive, so I gotta take that into account. But so the next thing I'm going to try to do is my surface cleaner here. This thing worked great on my other pressure washer. I used it on concrete. Man, it was a time saver. It was fairly inexpensive, 15-inch. I had a lot of concrete. It would have been nice to have the bigger ones, but they were just so expensive. So today, I've never used it on asphalt before, and I'm a little leery about that because it has been sealed at one point. So we'll try it. You can see some of the contractors here spilled their coffee or whatever it was, and you can see it goes down. So I'm gonna try it and see how it goes. So it's rated for 2,500 up to 3,300, I think. Yeah, PSI. So we'll try it. I finally did get this thing started. It took about 4 pulls. Got it started. It was flooded. It was operator error, but you wouldn't think it would flood that easy, but it was at an extreme angle, so who knows. So let's try it and see how it goes. Okay, so here's another test with the pressure washer. What I'm planning on doing here is my shed that you can see here. It has definitely got some mold on the side of it. You can see the green. So the plan is to use the pressure washer, clean this up. I have a little bit of the cleaner left, and I was going to use that. All right, here it is cleaned up. And again, just had the green on this side here. Got rid of that really well. And the rest of it wasn't that bad, so it wasn't too hard to take care of. So we'll come around to the back. And as you can see, looks really well. Cleaned up really good here. There's quite a bit of a glare from the sun, but not bad. Did really well. So as you can tell, the foam cannon did an awesome job. It foamed up, it looked just like shaving cream, and I used the Chemical Guys soap that you can buy right out of Walmart. That's what I like to do with my reviews. It's just stuff that you can find local. You don't have to buy it online. The only exception was to the actual foam cannon itself. I couldn't find one that was a reasonable price that came with all the accessories that this did. So let me show you what it looks like here. So this came with the gun, the bottle, and the nozzle, as you see there. The hose is still hooked to the pressure washer, and I did get this online. It wasn't local, but I was very happy with it for the price of it. You can't beat it. It's the whole setup. When you do use it though, you'll feel the pressure from the gun. And then what you do is take the bottle off, and then to rinse, you just take the bottle off with a quick connect here, and then here on the end you just put the nozzle on from one of your tips from your pressure washer. I like to use the lowest one, and then just rinse it off. So I'm starting to like the pressure washer more and more. It's been doing pretty good. So today, when I started up, I pulled it out of my garage, and I probably haven't used it in probably 2 weeks, I guess. So what I did was make sure that it was on. I did that, and this is in this direction. It's choke. This way, it's full on. I didn't even choke it. I just pulled it, not even thinking, and it started right up. So that was pretty interesting. That was probably the best first time I've ever been able to do that. But so I'm starting to like it more and more. So as you can tell, the foam cannon did an excellent job with the power washer. The only downfall is you have to hook the power washer up. Now, if you had a electric one, it'd probably be a little bit quicker and easier. So this is a completed view of the deck, and this is two months after the fact of cleaning. As you can see, we got the concrete, we got the foundation painted, and I trimmed up the deck a little bit in paint. But I want to let you take a look, and that's still nice and clean and bright. It did a good job. I just need to now seal it. But this is the finished product, so it wasn't too bad. It actually turned out pretty good. The machine did okay on this section, so it's okay. So this is several months after the fact. As you can see, we've taken down some trees. We got rid of all the firewood that was here, cleaned it up, planted some grass. But the idea was to close this video out and give you an idea of how it looks several months later. So it has lasted, the cleaning job has lasted. As you come around here, you can see it's still nice and clean. And now it's November, almost Thanksgiving time. And I did this originally in July. It was over 100 degrees out. But just wanted to give you a final, try to close out this whole thing and show you that it actually did a fairly good job. So that's the most update that I have, and I'll give you a summary of what I think about the whole thing in a minute. My final overall impression of this pressure washer is actually fairly good. I've changed my mind throughout doing this review. At first, I wasn't sure. I was kind of underwhelmed with the performance of it. When I was doing the cleaning the deck and the sidewalk and everything else, it was over 100 degrees outside, and I got overheated, and it was just hot. I was getting frustrated with the machine because I couldn't get it to start. And I do think it was operator error. I flooded it simply by that. I've been able to start it without even using the choke since, and it works great. But again, it's good. This machine is good for small to medium-sized jobs. If you've had a larger gas-powered one like I did, and you're now coming down to a smaller pressure, you're definitely going to notice the difference. If you've got an electric pressure washer and you just need a little boost up, you want a little bit more power, this I believe would be the one to get. It's pretty good for there. But again, it's just for medium-sized jobs or small to medium-sized jobs, nothing more than what you saw me do. It did the car really good with the foam cannon. I was really impressed with that. It is kind of a pain in the neck to pull the whole thing out and set it up to just, you know, foam your car down. But if you like washing vehicles like I do, it actually wasn't that big of a deal for me. I enjoy doing that kind of thing, so it worked out fairly well. The pressure washing on my shed, you saw how that came off really well. Again, I used product on that, and it made it so much easier. I didn't let it set nearly long enough, but the one side I did, and it worked out great. The deck, it did a really good job. It surprised me on that. It was new wood, so I wanted to be very careful that I didn't splinter the fibers or make them come up. So I put some product down on that, and it did a good job. So for the price, for $199 from Home Depot, I think that was my biggest selling factor for me, because the other ones that I were looking at, they were at least $300, you know, $270 to $300. Yeah, I could have probably spent $70 more and got something else, but this was a good compromise, I believe, and I'm confident with the machine. I've used it multiple times since. It started with no problem. I've even been able to start it without the choke. The gas that I used was just fine. I found out everything was good on it, but so I would recommend this machine. So I felt comfortable using it. I've got probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours on it or more, and it's done everything that I've asked it to do, again, for small to medium-sized jobs. I'm sorry this video rambled on for so long. I didn't want it to be nearly 30 minutes long, but there was a lot I wanted to show, and I kept trying to trim it down and trimming it down. But if you like this, please click like and subscribe, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this review.